What is good, guys? Okay, so today we're gonna retouch and re-edit a photo of a famous person uh, wearing clothing or something else with words that we can change. Now, right away you can see, I hope you can see I'm using the clone stamp tool. Now this photo is a pretty high resolution photo, and if you look closely, where I'm copying from with the clone tool, there's a lot of texture in the shirt. And it's not just the photo, it's the image of the shirt originally. It has a lot of texture in it. So I'm cloning, and every time you see me re-select, that's very important because I'm trying to keep selecting that same texture and lightness of his shirt. It's a black and white photo. It's a white t-shirt with black letters on it. I'm trying to get rid of the lettering. Now, I'm using a lasso selection tool to isolate the area where the shirt is, where I'm going to work, so that I don't keep cloning parts of his arms or fingers or hands, which is really close to several places where I have to work. Now there's some interesting wrinkles where the folds of the shirt and wrinkles is a good place to try to match up stuff and make it look as realistic as possible. But again, we're just trying to imagine the shirt was blank. That's what we're trying to achieve. Blankness. Blank shirt so we can put stuff on it. And that's an important part of the idea is, what are you going to put on the shirt? You know, this is John Lennon, a very famous musician from the 60s and 70s, and he lived the later part of his life in New York City. So this was a big deal for him. He was a very big part of New York City and New York City culture back then. This took more than 10 minutes to do originally, and we're speeding through it here in fast motion, but I just wanted you to know that it takes time to do it, and you can see there's times I'm going to undo and fix what I had done, so I'm looking for believability in my edit, and I'd like it to not look like it was photoshopped. As we've spoken about sometimes, we don't want our edits to be visible. So now that we have the shirt cleaned up and blank, we're going to deselect the area we had highlighted, and now we're going to decide what am I going to put on the shirt. And this logo, the Monkees is a parody, a satire of the band that John Lennon was in called the Beatles. The Beatles made a couple of movies that featured them as themselves, being silly and goofing around and making music and running around and running away from their crazy fans and all that. And they made a TV show called The Monkees that was based on the Beatles, and it was kind of a joke. So, to me, it would be funny if John Lennon was wearing a Monkees t-shirt. So I have selected all the letters with the magic wand. Actually, I selected the white background with the magic wand and then inverted the selection, selected inverse in the select menus, and now we're going to paste the logo onto the shirt. I missed the E the first time. It's okay to make mistakes. And now we're going to resize it so it fits, and we're going to adjust the opacity of the layer so it's not so harsh. It doesn't look like a sticker when it's on there. We're adjusting the opacity right there. And then I'm even going to bring it so it is covered partially by one of John Lennon's fingers there and chop off that little end there. So now it looks like the logo is going under his hand and is more really a part of his shirt. As a last step, you could edit, transform, and warp again to make the logo look like it's really on the shirt and not just some sticker on there artificially photoshopped, as we say. Now here's another version I made where I actually put a photo of John Lennon on his own shirt, so that would be funny to me. So this is the task at hand. Using the clone tool, erase something from a piece of clothing that a famous person is wearing, or change something using the clone stamp tool and add imagery, a logo, in the way that I did, but in your own way, how you choose. I hope you enjoy the project. Thanks for watching.